Who's your favourite Doctor? That's the question of the day. Hello and welcome back. I'm the host and let's talk about Doctor Who. I haven't talked about Doctor Who in a very long time. And with Jodie's Doctor kind of going out in a whimper, and credit where credit's due, I actually liked her first season. I thought her first season was very good. And then degraded. That's being nice about it. But I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the 60th anniversary. Oh my god. So, someone pointed out on Twitter, John A. Douglas, shout out to him, he's brilliant. I'll tag him below, he's a content creator. Too little, too late. And I added, or is it just enough? So that's my question here. The trailer looks spectacular, and I think with the return of Russell T Davies, that's always a good sign. I think love him or hate him, he was very good for Doctor Who, very consistent writer, and he had his ups and downs, but it felt consistent. And after, without going into too many details, I've talked about the Timeless Child and everything that happened with that, major retcon, which was awful. I feel like Doctor Who needs to be Doctor Who again. And I'm going to ask that question. Do you think it's a little too late? Because, I mean, this thing could be the best thing since sliced bread. But will it bring back the audience? Will they come back for Tennant? That's my question. And I do love Donna Noble. And spoilers here, if you haven't seen the trailer, the return of the Dr. Donna. I'm down for that. I think Tennant and Catherine Tate had great chemistry, and I think it just worked between them. They were a nice standpoint to each other, and I liked that. I liked their episodes together. We have a return of some familiar faces, which I'm excited about. And Doogie Howser is in it. That's an interesting one. So, we'll see how that goes. But my thing with Doctor Who, and I say this, so I got into Doctor Who through the 1996 TV movie, and that was my first Doctor. I think he's very underrated. Listen to the Big Finish dramas, by the way. And I remember I watched Classic Who, but also it was Christopher Eccles. I remember when that started, and then Tennant, which I adored. Matt Smith, I loved. And I thought those were really good. There were some, you're always going to get stronger and weaker episodes overall. That's the nature of a television show. And Capaldi I found inconsistent. He suffered from that inconsistent writing. Definitely the budget cuts that the BBC were showing. But I found him inconsistent, which was kind of frustrating. But his last season with Bill Potts, I thought, and the big crossover with the first Doctor, I thought were brilliant. And I thought they were really strong, and I was kind of sad that couldn't have been the quality from the first time we met him. And there were some good episodes with him, but I think it was a weaker series until that last one. Then we have Jodie. Jodie is contentious, and I'm gonna say some stuff here. Jodie in the right role can be a phenomenal actress. I've seen her in a few things, and she's good. But I think the writing let her down. She was never, outside of that first season, she was never really allowed to be the Doctor. Half the time you felt like you were watching Power Rangers. She was never left alone with the character, more or less. There were a few solo episodes, but everything was more focused on the group. And I think the Doctor should just be the Doctor and her assistant, rather than Go-Go Doctor Rangers sometimes. And everything felt very small. And then especially that last season she did was not great. And I know people behind the scenes, her agent were telling her to get out. And I think with the right people, she could have been good. I see nothing wrong with a gender swap. Because Missy, come on, Missy. That's how you do a gender swap of a character. But everything else just felt kind of fanficky and off, is the best way to describe it. You have, hopefully, with Davies coming back, that we're gonna get some consistency back. We're gonna get great Doctor moments. I think we need a focus on the Doctor as a character, as a story plot, and I think there's going to definitely be a lot of nostalgia. There are rumours of other people coming back for this anniversary, which would be cool. I will say this. We've had multiple Doctors on screen before, and that worked very well. But I do look at it and wonder how they're going to do this now. I didn't like the promo shots for the Doctor that Tennant will regenerate into. And it's not because I don't like the actor. I think the promo shots looked a bit cheap. But, you know, they could just literally be early promo shots with no real finishing touches yet, just stuff to put out type thing. And that happens with TV. I think we need to bring the fans back, but I think fans will come back with strong writing and a good Doctor. And the Doctor is only as good as the writing. You can have a brilliant actor in the role, Capaldi, and it can be inconsistent, it can be a bit messy, and that's the nature of it. You know, Capaldi is a phenomenal actor, but the characters it didn't connect, I think. And Jodie was prime example of that. I liked her first season. I thought that first episode of hers was amazing and genuinely good. And the first half, I think, of that season was particularly strong. So I do wonder how they're going to do it, and I do wonder what they will do next. I think we need a focus on the Doctor. I think less. The rumour is that Russell has full creative control, which is a good thing. I think less BBC involvement the better right now, because the BBC are churning out crap. So it's one of those little hiccups. This could be, like I said, this could be the best thing since sliced bread. This could get people interested again. And if people are interested in the Doctor again, and with the right people behind it, I think that's the key. I think that is the genuine key to creating a good, strong, new Doctor and keeping strong writing. I think out of everything, if you don't have the strong writing, what are you going to do? Like I said, you can have phenomenal actors in roles and have terrible writing that completely lets it down. And there have been a few TV shows and movies where you've had great actors let down by terrible writing. And I think consistency, I think tone is key. I think keeping that kind of the right tone for any Doctor is important. When you look back at New Who from Christopher Eccles onwards, there was always a tone. There were light moments and funny moments and laugh out loud moments, but there were those serious moments and those moments of darkness and those big questions being asked, and sometimes not getting answers for them, just left there thinking, what is this? And that's a good thing. So I'm sitting here, I will be watching this, and I do wonder if it will be too little too late, or will it be something amazing? Like I said, even if it is amazing, will it bring back the viewers? Will it bring back the viewership? The numbers on recent Doctor Who have been appalling, and that's bad. That's very bad. You know, award-winning British sci-fi reduced to like a quarter of the numbers sometimes. And I think Jodie suffered from poor writing. Like I said, you can gender swap a Time Lord, but I don't think the writers knew what to do, and I think the writers just wanted to write an original show, and I think that's a common problem with a lot of modern entertainment, especially with legacy characters, is they don't really care about them, they just want to write a new show. I didn't like the portrayal of the Master with Jodie. I thought he was too cartoonish, too insane, rather than calculating and crazy, which, it's getting that balance, I think. I mean, I adore Doctor Who, and the progressive dip in quality with Jodie really did show. I mean, like I said, Capaldi's early stuff wasn't great, but there were definitely strong episodes and moments, and the stuff with me, and all of these great characters that popped up, and all of these little moments, and great, like I said, weaker episodes, but good moments and good episodes here and there. Jodie started off strong and then just fell apart, and it's a shame. So I do wonder what will be next. I do wonder how they're going to do this. I'm looking forward to this special. I will be watching, and I will be probably talking about it here in some form or another. And hopefully, what comes after this special will be good. Will be good, strong writing, good, strong characterization. The tone is right, the characters are right. There's a whole list of things that they could do here. So I want to know your opinions on this, and just leave comments, tell me what you think, because I'm curious. Will you be coming back? Will you be watching? What did you think of previous Doctors? Who's your favourite Doctor? That's the question of the day. So, let's start the show.